you've got to be really cognizant of this thing in sales. And if you don't, like, you're not going to do well. So I was having this conversation last night with somebody who's a career sales professional, right? He's been in sales for like 20, 25 years. And we were talking about the changing dynamic that takes place in, most sales interactions, and how many like novices, how the people that are immature in sales, how they struggle. And we started to have this conversation about this reflexive no, that knee-jerk response that consumers have to a lack of authenticity. It kind of like immediately, as soon as somebody identifies that what you're saying is canned, or it's a pre-organized like pitch, or that you've got some sort of like strategy other than really serving them, that they get this like very knee-jerk reflexive no, right? Their guard goes up, and we've touched on this previously, but authenticity is undervalued. Right, and I think that when we talk about authenticity, a lot of people misunderstand it as being like brash and like that like you just speak your mind. I'm not even talking about that. Like, though there's some value to that, particularly when you choose your audience and your audience chooses you, right? When you find that deep connection with people that are similar. But I'm talking about not appearing that you have some ulterior motive, right? And that ulterior motive, by the way, is selling. Like, selling to most consumers today is an ulterior motive, because people don't want to be sold. And so you have to realize that the minute that you launch into like an old, Tom Hopkins, I can appreciate you feel that way. What I found is most people felt exactly the same way. And, it's almost like, so tell them what they've won. It's this thing that causes us to have this, very like visceral response. It's no different than, when you're at a car dealership and someone says, so what would you like to pay for this car today? Like, I don't want to pay anything. I want to get out of here because I'm going to go and buy my online. That's why I've got a Tesla, right? Like, you have to understand that consumer behavior is changing so dramatically, and people don't want to be sold. So, for the salesperson, the person who makes a living like trying to get people to do the things they want them to do because they want to do it, like, there is nothing that is more valuable than credibility. And there's two types of credibility. There's perceived credibility and there's resulting credibility. Perceived credibility is everything you bring into the equation, right? There's no such thing as blind dates anymore in sales. The minute that you set an appointment with someone, they're doing research on you and you should be researching them. Like, we're not yet at a point where you're swiping left or right to decide on whether you want to meet with somebody, but we're probably not far away from that kind of stuff. And the perceived credibility that you have is most bolstered by a credible introduction, by someone lending you their credibility, right? So, hey, meet with my friend Adam. He does a hell of a job. He helped me here, he helped me there. Or, hey, where'd you get that haircut? Oh, this guy got this great, guy who does a great job. This Jeff Martinez kills it, right? Like, whatever it is, like, that credibility is paramount. But there's all sorts of ways to build credibility, and there's more than I'm going to go into right now about perceived credibility. What I'm talking about is that resulting credibility. It's the way you carry yourself, your level of engagement, your authenticity, your level of practice, your confidence, your conviction. All of these things kind of build up to move your person to action, to move that prospect to action. And the minute that it seems inauthentic, the minute that you seem underprepared or unpracticed, it's over. It's game over. So you've got to be really cognizant of this thing in sales. And if you don't, like, you're not going to do well. You're going to have a lot of meetings that end with an artificial yes. We've talked about this, where they say yes just to get rid of you, right? But they're not really saying yes to you, or yes to your value proposition. And the people that do that, the people that are able to stay authentic and really truly help the client and not serve their own needs, but serve the client's need, help them achieve the things that they want to go, their goals that they want to achieve, those are the ones that are going to succeed to the highest level.